Okay, new lesson. And this one is about calculating break-even ROAS, or return on ad spend. This is an extremely important metric, and you really need it in place and in your mind before starting to run any Facebook ads. This metric will be different depending on which shine-on product you are selling, and obviously the variance of said product, because some products cost more or less than others depending on which ones they are. I'll just give you a quick example here of this love knot necklace. You can see here that there are two different variants on this product. There's the standard box or the mahogany style luxury box, and the base cost is more for the mahogany. So that's what I mean by that. It's an easy metric to calculate, but please don't forget to include shipping costs when working out your net costs. And I've listed these here. These are what Shine On charges you when they ship out your products. If your customer is in the US, you'll need to add $5.17 onto your net cost. If they're in Canada, $7.27, and anywhere else in the world, $8.47. I'll just put this here as well. If you have a Shopify store, you'll be taking payments yourself, so you will have to include the payment processor fees as well. So, for example, when a customer pays my PayPal account through my Shopify store, $54.95, I incur a charge from PayPal for that as well. If you're using platform, that won't matter, but I just thought I'd include it here anyway. When you're running ads, you need to set your own rules and do not be afraid to kill off these ads. You can always make new ones. So your ROAS will always go up and down, week by week, month by month, day by day. But you need to keep a close eye on your ads and learn to make judgments based on the rules that you set. An example rule would be if an ad runs for 3 days and it doesn't make any purchases, then you need to kill that ad. Or if you run an ad for 2 days and it doesn't make any add to carts, you need to kill that ad. Everyone will make their own rules depending on their ads manager and how much money they have spare to spend and what kind of products they're running, and obviously also what your break-even return on ad spend is. They're just some example rules you could set for yourself while running ads. And very few, if any, ads will last forever. Some ads are good for a week, others are good for a month, and a few rare ads will last for a few months. In my experience, and this is over 5 years now of running ads, all ad sets will die in the end. It's just when you choose to kill them off is up to you, and also be heavily dependent on the break-even ROAS. How to calculate this, I've just done a little calculator here. First, you need your net cost, which is product cost and shipping. So say here, the base cost of this standard love knot necklace box is $13.30. And then if you were shipping this to the US, you would have to add on $5.17, I believe it was. Is that right? Yes. So that's your net cost. And then you need to subtract your net cost from the product price, which is, in this case, $49.95. That's how you get your net profit. And then you divide the net profit by the product price to get your break-even ROAS. I've done an example here, number one. This would be the love knot necklace being shipped to a customer in the US. So to get your net cost from here, you would add up the price of the item here and the cost of shipping. Net cost is $18.47. Then to get your net profit, you would subtract your net cost from the product price, which is what you're going to charge for it on your store or on your platform page here. $49.95 minus $18.47 is $31.48. So then you divide $31.48 by $49.95 and you get your break-even ROAS as 1.59. when you're running ads, your ROAS has to be at 1.59 minimum, right? And that is only at the point where you're going to be breaking even. If you can maintain a ROAS of 1.59 on your ad spend, you won't actually be making any money. All you're going to be doing is spinning your money. So you'll be putting in $20 and you'll get $20 out. What you want to be aiming for is higher than 1.59. So you want to be aiming for, 2, at least. But even at 1.8, you'll be making some money. Or even at 1.68, you're going to be making money as well. But this is your ROAS where you will break even. You won't be making any money, but you need to be aiming for this at least. Next example, this is the same necklace, but we're going to ship to Canada in this case. Maybe you get a customer from there. So you can see it will be pretty much equal to what we had here, but you're going to incur a higher shipping cost because you're shipping to Canada. So your net cost will be higher, therefore your net profit will be a bit lower. So your break-even ROAS will end up being higher. So if you're running ads to Canada, your break-even ROAS on Canadian customers is going to be 1.7. And yeah, just as I've demonstrated in these two examples, your break-even ROAS will be different depending on the countries you're shipping to and which products and variants you are selling. I really advise calculating all these numbers before you even launch your ads, because if you're in the dark when you're running Facebook ads, you can just be wasting your money. It can all be running through your fingers and you don't know really where you are. So I'm just going to let you look at one of my ads managers here, running a few ads, and you'll see here the purchase ROAS here, return on ad spend. And I've got some at a nice amount, so 2.3, 2.4, 2. All these are profitable. This one is not profitable, but it's early in the ad. I've only spent $120 on it, so I'm going to let that run for a while longer. This one is low, but again, this is what I mean by setting your own rules. This ad here, it is currently January 11th, 2021, when I'm recording this video, and I started this ad on October the 1st, 2020. So this is one of these rare ads I've had on for October, November, December. I've had on for 3.5 months. This is showing the ROAS for this month only. If I go to lifetime, you'll see that overall, the ROAS on this ad is 1.79, which is profitable overall. And you can see how this works. If I go back to October the 1st, which was when I started this ad, and I just look at the metrics for the month of October, you can see that for that month, the ROAS was 1.93. That was in profit. If I look at the metrics for November, they were 1.7 overall, which is just a tad under, but I decided to keep the ad on, and you'll see that the month after, it actually went up again. All right, so this is what I meant by setting rules. You also need to learn to trust your judgment on ads as well. I've got quite a lot of experience here. I knew that this ad, even though it had a bad month in, November, I kind of thought it might pick up again. I decided to leave it on, and I was right. And then if we come into January, we're on the 11th so far. This month, it's a little low, but if we just look at it, if we break it down by the day, you'll see here that purchases were constant. And what actually happened here is we had all that hassle in America with the protesters storming Capitol Hill and everything else. And what effect that had was to mess ads up a bit. I think people were watching the news a lot more and probably not concentrating on making purchases on Facebook, that kind of thing. So it's dropped off a couple of days here, and that has resulted in a lower ROAS, but I'm pretty confident that it will pick up again. Still, if I go back to lifetime on this particular ad set here, you'll see that I've spent 5,000 US on it, just a little bit over, and I've still made back a little bit over 9. So the ROAS overall is 1.79 on that spend, which it's not hugely profitable, but it is profitable. And at the end of the day, all profit is profit. That's how to calculate your break-even ROAS on a product and on a variant. I highly recommend working this out for any products you might want to be trying with Shine On, and you could put them in a text file or a spreadsheet or something like that. That is it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.